This is a 5-year Q&A journal. I started in 2017, it's now 2025. It's been more than 5 years. I still have not finished it, but now is the time. We are now entering September, and today's question is, what advice would you give to a second grader? In 2017, I wrote down, do your homework, do the best you can, and you'll thank me later. In 2018, I wrote down, study hard, do the best you can, and believe me, you won't regret it. In 2019, I wrote down, trust me, if you do your homework and study enough to get good grades, it will be way easier later on. Yeah, no. In 2022, I wrote down, focus on school before love and study enough to make it easier later on. In some degree, yes. I really don't know what a second grader is, what age. The school system in the Netherlands is completely different, so no idea. And then my answer for this year, 2025, is let go of what you can't control. And I was saying this because I had a really bad day. Yeah, this was horrible. Let me tell you about it. I went to The Hague by train. Everything went fine. I got there. I was nicely on time. I prepared. I was waiting for my colleague, and he was doing the same work at the same place the day before. So I was like, okay, he knows where we left off, and we can continue together. But then at 12, he wasn't there. I sent him a message like, hey, are you close by? At 10 minutes past 12, I sent a message that I cannot get a hold of him. He's not responding. His phone went straight to voicemail. I wouldn't pick up, wouldn't respond to messages, doesn't receive messages. I didn't think he was coming again. And the thing is, it was my first day doing this kind of work, remote work. So I had to go to companies and talk to them and fill in questionnaires. And this was something very far out of my comfort zone, and I was very nervous about this. I was kind of relying on my colleague because he had done it before, so I was doing it alone, and that sucked. And I was trying to put it off for like half an hour before I actually started doing something. Okay, well, I started doing the job, started raining, like pouring, and then it stopped, and then it was pouring again, and it was blowing so hard as well. The wind was blowing so hard, so I was trying to hold on to the phone and the list, and later on I grabbed an umbrella, but it was not easy to hold everything, and I was also wearing a backpack with my stuff, and I was holding flyers, so I had lots of things, and the weather was bad, and I was doing it on my own, and I kept hearing no from people. Then I was done with work earlier, but I already bought my train tickets beforehand to save some money, so that's in a certain time range. So I was done working at 4:30, but I was planning to work till 6, but I was done earlier. I could only take my train from 6 till 8 or something. I was like, okay, but now I have to wait till my train ticket is valid. So I had an hour and a half left to spare. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I made that choice before, cannot change it unless I want to pay extra. And I was like, nope, I'm just gonna sit at Starbucks, have a nice drink while reading my book. I did, it was nice. But the €6 I saved on buying a ticket beforehand, I spent on the coffee or the gelato, whatever I had. And then it was 6 o'clock. And I was like, okay, now I can check in. I can take my train. I got there at the check-in, and I wanted to scan my ticket, and I saw on the screens that my trains were not going anymore. So I took the first train out to Rotterdam, which is on my way. I got to Rotterdam, but from there on I had to wait another freaking hour before another train came. So I waited an hour. The train came. It was a tiny ass train, and not everybody fit in it. So we had to, so I couldn't get into the train. A lot of people could, but I couldn't. I'm not that greedy. I don't push people around so I can get in. So I had to wait another half an hour for the next train. So in the end, it took me like 1.5 to 2 hours longer than usual for that train ride. All because I was done working earlier, and because I bought my train ticket beforehand and didn't want to waste that money. So, and in Rotterdam I was waiting in the cold, and my feet were wet and cold. It was not great. It was a very hard day. I just wanted to get home and cry, and I did. That's why I said, let go of what you can't control, which I tried doing the whole day, but at some point it was enough. It was too much, and that's okay, that can happen. Anyhow, let me know what advice you would give to a second grader, and I'll see you tomorrow.